In today's video, we're going to go out and look at some of the lights that people have put up outside their houses. But first, let's just talk about these lights. This set of Christmas lights we were searching for days and days, turned the whole house upside down looking for these Christmas lights. I wanted to put these on the end of that video about dressing the Christmas tree and putting the garland up, but we couldn't find them in time. We just found them this morning, and the reason was that actually we were desperately ill last Christmas and the whole of Christmas was kind of cancelled, and we left the lights up in the dining room thinking maybe the kids would be able to come and have a late Christmas dinner with us, you know, sometime in the new year. And so these lights stayed up. All of the other Christmas decorations got put away in the right place, and these went in a box, and we just turned the whole house upside down looking for them, looked everywhere twice, and it turned out they were in a smaller box than we were thinking they were in. So anyway, here they are. Oh look, it's even got a little weevil in it. Let's get you outside. Anyway, there is something a little bit special about these lights, and they're special because they are quite old. So this is a set of multicolour Christmas lights from the 1990s. And at that time in human history, the range of colours of LEDs was not the same as it is today. So have a look and see what these lights. I might just have to turn these on to not flashing when they first come on. So here we are. Let's just put this on a non-flashing mode. So there we go. We've got them switched on constant now, so hopefully that's not causing any problems. But yeah, have you noticed what's missing from these lights? There's no blue. There is no piercing, eye-searing blue in these, because these lights come from the 1990s. Blue LEDs did exist, but they were still quite expensive, and so they weren't everywhere. They were starting to appear in some kind of niche applications, and some high-end equipment often had blue LEDs on it. But at this point, a lot of the Christmas lights you could buy, they had blue if they were incandescent, but LED-based Christmas lights didn't have blue in them. And I actually kind of like that. They're also not massively bright, so they're not uncomfortable to look at. But anyway, so there we go. A set of Christmas lights from the 1990s with no blue in them. Possibly this might have been one of the first actual sets of LED Christmas lights that was available, really, because everything up until that point was incandescent. Anyway, these are going to get hung around the ceiling line of the dining room. So we'll get those hung up and then we'll have a look at them. So there we go. We've got those strung around the dining room ceiling like that. It just looks a little bit more of a traditional festive colour scheme, I think, than with that piercing bright blue that you get with blue LEDs. However, we have kind of come full circle, because now that you can get strings of addressable lights, I suppose there's nothing to stop you achieving an effect like this using RGB addressable lights. Not these are probably the most primitive LED lights that still exist, but I rather like them. At the time we bought these, I can remember being a little bit disappointed that we couldn't afford any that had blue LEDs in them, because blue LEDs were still very expensive at that time. However, now I'm kind of glad that they don't. Isn't that strange? We've come to Weymouth to have a little wander around some residential streets and have a look at other people's Christmas lights on the outside of their houses. I should warn you at this point that there might be flashing lights from here on in, and there's not much I can do about it. Starting with this one, I think. I think that's quite spectacular. Here's another one where we've got blue LEDs along the hedge and a garland of white LEDs across the top, quite tasteful. Just white LED lights here on a very slow alternating flash cycle. I'll change again in a minute. There we go. I can see a bit more going on down here. Let's have a look at this. So a mixture of warm white and cool white LEDs around the doorway here. And I've been seeing this kind of mix a bit more lately. I actually think they look quite nice when they're together like that. A triangular, a kind of Christmas tree effect, I suppose, of flashing yellow LEDs. Not a great fan of the rapid flashing on LED Christmas lights. It's a quite unusual colour. So mostly white lights, but over there we've got some white and turquoise, which look very nice. Nice colour, unusual. Back across the road, snowflakes in the window, LED, so pale yellow snowflakes, yellow snow. 3 tiers of cascades of warm white here, and brightly coloured multicolour lights around the edge, and I quite like the way they've laid them on the ground here actually. That's good, I like that effect. I'm stealing that idea. I like this.
Yeah, that's quite stunning actually.
Yeah. And then across the road, the neighbours opposite have done a similar sort of cascade along the top there, but they've also got a large self-inflating Santa and 2 little deer, reindeer, and then there are snowflakes along the hedge here. It's quite a nice effect, just cool white LEDs strung all the way along the walls and over the door. I don't mind the twinkling when it's like this. Prefer it a little, yeah, prefer the slower. Here's one that's not done to half measures. Interesting collection here, some multicoloured, these are colour changing ones. Are they changing colours? Yes they are. Colour changing stars on sticks. Blue and white kind of colour changing things on a tree. Some little tree shaped ornaments there, and sticks doing a chaser type pattern over here. Yeah. Over the way. See, I kind of like just the colours they've done there. The colour, all of the lights are inside, but that actually looks like a really Christmassy house. The tree there in the window is the highlight of this display. They've left the curtains open so we can enjoy their tree. That's nice of them. And then over here, again, a garland of cascading LEDs from the eaves. Whoa, flashing things. Oh, lots of things in the garden. So, spiral colour changing tree. That's a bit trippy, isn't it? A surrendering snowman. Flashing blue and white star. A twinkly tree. And a reindeer with a scarf on. So over here we've just got some warm white. I'm not even really sure that those are warm white. They're almost amber. That's a really nice colour for an LED light. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, actually now I'm this close, they're almost slightly pinkish. It's a really lovely amber candle flame kind of colour, and they got them around the door doing something a bit more manic. But yeah, I really like that colour. That's a good implementation of LEDs. So far we've seen quite a lot of kind of white displays. I'm just going to look down here because this one caught my eye from right down the end of the street, where they've decorated the trees and the front of the house with bright multicoloured lights. I think that's a theme. Multicoloured lights in the windows too, that's very nice. Lovely. Now every now and then you get a little street where perhaps there might be a bit of competition going on, and I like that. So here we go, this little close here, we've got a very trippy looking multicolour chaser Christmas tree motif on the wall. Is that snowman changing colour or just multicolour? Don't think it's changing. Blue and white, and then lots and lots of lights inside the house there over in that corner. And then around here, strings of multicoloured lights across the door. And then this one here. Oh, let's not forget this one here with lovely orange and yellow LEDs. Oh, and they're doing blue and green now. I see it's a 4-colour set doing alternate warm and cool colours. And then this here. Here we got an actual outdoor Christmas tree. Quite like that. Baubles and everything on it. So over here, a rather mixed set of lights, but these stars are interesting. So they're doing a kind of flashing and twinkling, but also multicolour changing thing. Lots going on here. So those look like they might even be old. No, they're not incandescent. I think those are LED, but they're very small ones, multicoloured. A garland of colour changing pastel coloured ones above the door. And then various sets here, doing various things. All of the decorations here inside the house, but altogether quite a pleasing effect. I am quite a fan of just the Christmas tree in the bay window. Sometimes less really is more. Again, we've got what looks like quite a lot going on over here, so let's investigate. Okay. Christmas tree in the front bay window there, and again there, a go-go projector on the front, snowflakes, and we've got what looks like maybe some unusual colour combinations along here. So, well, I do like that actually. That's quite a pleasing effect. So they've hung white lights
with stars or snowflakes, stars behind the net curtains. That's a nice effect. Yeah, just red ones there. Oh, and a laser projector. So we've got a red and green laser projector here. I reviewed one of these projector things many years ago. We've still got the thing actually, but it doesn't really fit with Shrimp Cottage now. Quite the mixture of lighting sets there, but it's Christmas. Why not? So I hope you've enjoyed joining us looking at outdoor Christmas lights. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join us again tomorrow for the next door in the Advent calendar.